back. A first-of-its-kind event is headed to the Triad this month.
So we are highlighting it. The International Liberation Gala is being held on September 28th, and it's being hosted by the Liberian Organization of the Piedmont.
So joining us now is Dr. James Hunder and Kimberly Harrington. Dr. Hunder is the founder of the Liberian Organization of the Piedmont, and Kimberly is the organizer of the gala. Thank you both so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So Dr. Hunder, we'll start with you. What is the significance with Liberia and Winston-Salem? How are they connected?
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity. Well, one, we appreciate the significance of this occasion, first by knowing the historic connection between Salem and Liberia, where, Salem and Winston-Salem became twin cities in May 13, 1913. But Old Salem connection to Liberia dates back from Dr. Frederick Schumer, who was the physician, Moravian physician that was hired by Old Salem. And he had with him 17 slaves, and all his 17 slaves were from Liberia. So he were able to fund their trip back to Liberia, where they went and settled into Millsboro, and then subsequently to Edina in Grand Bassa County. So that historic connection exists between us, between our two countries and people. So especially this, the community of Salem. So we want to capitalize on that to bring about educating people from Liberia, who are descendants of our ancestors.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hunder. And now, Kimberly, we'd love for you to share more about why you're holding next weekend's gala. What can people enjoy?
Well, this is where history connects to today. So the International Liberation Gala will be held on Saturday, September 28th at 6 p.m. at the Benton Convention Center. And we're happy to announce that we're going to have as our esteemed guest and keynote speaker the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Boakai. And so we're so happy that he will be here. Along with him will be the Mayor of Monrovia and the Minister of Education. So we're happy that the head of state and these other dignitaries will be here for this signature event of the Liberian Organization of the Piedmont. People can expect a night of cultural expressions, African drumming. They can expect entertainment, but most importantly, they can immerse themselves in the culture of the Liberian people, our neighbors, as Dr. Hunter just so eloquently explained, the history between Winston-Salem and Liberia, so they can educate themselves. And that's one of the purposes of the gala, is to educate people about the history between Winston-Salem and Liberia, and to make it more widespread and more common. So that's what people can expect, a great evening of culture and education.
Indeed.
It sounds like it. And Kimberly, you mentioned how this is supporting, you're raising awareness, but it's also supporting the Liberian Student Housing Project. Can you speak more to that?
Oh, yes. We're so excited because not only is it the gala educating people about the history, but it's also the kickoff to our capital campaign for our student housing project. Due to the successful work of the LOP, the Liberian Organization of the Piedmont, they've made some partnerships with local higher education institutions for Liberian scholars to come to America to be educated. However, some of those agreements don't provide housing. And so we're hoping to construct a dormitory on the sacred hollow grounds that connects Winston-Salem again with Liberia. These students will be able to come here and not have to worry about where they will stay while they're matriculating. Just to think, these sacred grounds that once housed enslaved people and shackled their minds will now be a place that's housing students where they can expand their minds and where they can employ innovation and creativity and take that skill set back to Liberia to foster capacity building.
Wow, we're so glad you got to highlight that, Kimberly. And lastly, Dr. Hunder, please share how the LOP has grown since you founded the organization.
Well, we are thankful. God has really been good to us. Well, let me first state that as founding president of the Liberian Organization of the Piedmont, I'm currently board chair and of course chairing the steering committee. We have, you will be speaking to him later on, Dr. Emmanuel Clark, who is the president of the Liberian Organization of the Piedmont. And our connection with area institutions of higher learning, we have just been so grateful. Institutions like Wake Forest University, Forsyth Technical Community College, Winston-Salem State, the School of Arts, and our major sponsor right now have been, in terms of scholarship, have been Livingstone College, located in Salisbury, North Carolina. So the extension, that partnership have been expanded, to a greater extent. And some of the institutions are also recognizing effort how to assist with the capacity building in Liberia. So we are just grateful, and we're just expanding every day.
And let me tell people how to get their tickets and to learn more information about the gala. Please go to www.lopnc.org. That's lopnc.org for more information and how to purchase tickets.